So hey guys, just riding to the bank. Decided to take a ride to the bank and do some banking and give you a little update on the channel. So you've seen my 4-part series of one of the last off-road rides I did. So I'm looking to get back into making content, and I make long videos. I like making long videos, and I used to post them, just one complete long video, and that's not one of the things you should do if you're looking to increase your view count. What you're supposed to do is put up part 1, part 2, part 3. So that's how my videos are going to be from now on. I know some people actually like the long videos and make comments about that, but to keep this channel viable, I need to do it in parts. Plus it makes editing kind of easier because I can basically edit part of the video, post it, and then spread out the editing over days instead of trying to do it all at once. So yeah, you're going to be seeing more of that part 1, part 2 kind of stuff. So I made the announcement in one of the videos that I set up a personal challenge for myself, and that's basically to pay for my next bike with Google AdSense revenue, to see if I can make enough to pay for a bike by the beginning of next summer. So you're going to see more content. Hopefully I'll keep the quality high. I mean, I do have some standards. I generally don't put up crap, in my opinion. But unfortunately, what's happened is winter is going away. So we're 2 days before December and we're into a warm snap. I think it's above freezing right now. It's about 8:30 in the evening and it's above freezing. And it's supposed to be above freezing pretty much every day for the next 4 or 5 days. So pretty much going to lose all our snow. Not that we have much, but there is lots of ice, and that's one of the good things, is we're going to lose the ice. So in a sense, one good thing is we'll be starting from scratch. In essence, we'll be starting from scratch. So hopefully get rid of the majority of the ice. And then once we do get precipitation, that is pretty much entirely snow. If we do lose all the snow and almost all the ice, the actual off-roading wouldn't be that bad. But I'm thinking in the darker, hard to reach spots in the trails, it's still going to be icy. So you probably still have to use studded tires. We're rocking studded tires. Right now I'm riding the Blue Fargo with Lauf fork. I'm riding an older set of nicotines that still have bite on ice. So it kind of gets annoying because you actually only need studs on small little bits, but I'm so used to the confidence and control of studded tires that if there's going to be any real ice, I have a hard time not running studded tires. So I get range anxiety like a e-biker would. I worry about how long my studded tires are going to last. We're going underneath the Trans-Canada Highway. Oh, I lost GPS signal going through there. Now I got it back. So now we're in what's considered a bad area, bad neighborhood. There was a murder on these trails in the past year. yeah, so you should see an increase in content. During this snow melt time, I'll try and come up with some rides that are interesting. The other thing is, if you go out in the country, I'm sure it's better from a snow perspective. But what's probably happening out there is that out there, as it melts, it's just getting really, really icy. So who knows? It's kind of put a damper on my plans to increase content, because I like making winter videos, are what I like to make, the winter fat biking. I don't make road biking videos. I'm actually subscribed to a few people that only make road biking videos. But me personally, I don't think I can make an interesting road biking video. And it's not that I have anything against road biking. I own a decent road bike and I do road ride. And road bikes are the Ferraris of bicycles. But I don't think the footage is all that interesting unless you're going 50 plus kilometers an hour. So I got a whole bunch of lighting going on right now. So this is theoretically 5,000 lumens of light that you're looking at right now. In theory, advertised output. I got two 1300 Cycle Light Trident X's, and then I have one Gemini Duo mounted upside down underneath my handlebar, which is 1500 lumens. And I got a 1000 lumen headlamp strap system on my head. So this is supposed to be 5,000 lumens advertised. Looks pretty good. So this Lauf Fargo that I'm riding, thinking of making a small change to the gearing. It has a 42 tooth big ring, I think a 28 tooth inner. This is an adventure bike, so it's not full-on off-road gearing. It's kind of still got some bigger, taller gears. 42 by 11 is a big gear if you're running 2-inch tires or bigger. And thinking of changing it, the big ring, to a 40, and maybe changing the small ring to 26 or 24. I was gonna go 1 by 10 with like a 40 or 42 on the back, but it'd probably end up costing more money because I'd need a new rear derailleur that could handle those bigger rear cogs, and then have to figure out a chain line that works on the front ring. So I might just buy a 40 tooth big ring and then leave the 28 on the back. I think this bike has an 1136 on the back, so 2836 for most of the riding is fine. But there are some like forestry gravel roads off the beaten path, quad tracks where there's serious climbs, that even 2836 is a pretty big gear. Almost at the bank. Took 15 minutes and 6 seconds to get here. little bank attack.
That is very great.
Thanks. I think my computer stopped when we went inside. It kept timing. Man, so the trail here, it winds and snakes. I always think it's going to make a good picture, so I stop and take a picture, but the camera never sees it the way my eyes see it. Actually, I was riding home from work a few days ago, and so I got my studs on. I'm riding over these sections of ice on the university property, and then some young guy, no studded tires, is riding no hands across the ice. I'm like, geez, obviously never had a serious crash on a bicycle. Had a couple of serious crashes on a bicycle. Broke my collarbone once and ended up with a crashed and ended up with a head injury. Spent a week in hospital. Broken collarbone was my fault. Overconfidence, downhilling, and the head injury was equipment failure. A crank snapped. Yes, I snapped the crank, but it was a very first generation race face aluminum carbon hybrid crank that was like more than 10 years old. So I guess you could say it was my fault to continue using the crank, but it snapped on me. Of course, I don't remember anything about the accident at all. Probably a good thing. The only way I kind of know what happened is when I got the bike back, the crank was broken. So that's the only reason I could think I crashed. Because you definitely don't expect a bicycle crank to snap on you. Unless you're high-level sprinter. Just riding, add a little extra distance to this ride. There's ice on this uphill. One of the girls I work with lives in this development here, and for her to get to work, there's a couple steep uphills to drive out of here. So last year we had our couple big snowstorms. She had trouble getting to work. Basically to the point where she got rid of her front wheel drive car bought an all-wheel drive CUV, compact sport utility vehicle. But we had one bad snowstorm where the conditions were bad for like 2 days. First day she drove to work, felt like she was risking her life, and the second day she stayed home and I rode a fat bike. So her ride to work, her drive to work is maybe 3 kilometers longer than my ride to work. So she didn't drive to work, I rode my fat bike to work both days. And I will point out I was also the first person at work both days. And our manager lives like 30 kilometers out in the country. She didn't show up to work both days. But management can always use the excuse, I can work from home. Whereas we're told we need to risk our lives to get to work. It's complete hypocrisy. Because she is the manager, she is supposed to set the ultimate example. So we ended up getting, those of us that showed up to work, this kind of all happened behind the scenes under the table. We got the hours that we showed up for work, we got to take as time off with pay. But theoretically, how it worked was we got to just not be at work, but we were recorded as being at work. So I ended up with, yeah, because the second day we got to leave early because the conditions kept getting bad. They let us leave halfway through the day. So I got a day and a half without pay, with pay, sorry, because I rode my fat bike to work in the snowstorm. Like 12.8 kilometers in horrendous conditions. My manager with an all-wheel drive car and snow tires stayed home. Fat bikes rock. All right, we're almost home. Just a channel update. Ride to the bank on the blue Fargo, equipped with a Lauf suspension fork. Thanks for watching. Bye.